Barry's been holding for about 4 hours. Hello, Barry.
Listen, I had her when I started listening to you boys. I was on board.
You and me both, Bass.
Right. I'd chalk back and sides.
No, listen, I could be on your show all night. First of all, I've just listened to that stuff about players' wages needs to be reduced as well, but that's another issue. Just let me, can I just say, for the last 10 months I've been ill. I've been really ill, or I have been ill, and the thing that's kept me going most is, 1, talkSPORT, 2, watching live football, and I've loved it. And yesterday, I lost the will. I thought, well, we've lost everything's gone. It's been drifted away, and I'm a massive Man United fan, and at the moment, I hate my club. I absolutely hate my club.
It's not the club, though, is it, Barry? To be honest, you've got to differentiate between,
that.
like the players and the managers, whatever.
No,
it's the owners.
I still love the players.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still waiting for Ollie to come out and say something positive. But honestly, I'm an old Stretford end. I don't anymore because I'm too old, but I used to stand at the Stretford end and watch them play. I've watched Best, Lord, Charlton, and I'm so frustrated at what's going on with football at the moment. And I just, I'm so proud of Man City fans, Liverpool fans, Leeds fans. I mean, you'd never think a Man United fan would say that, would you? And I just love how they've all got together and, and sort of, well, just booting them out. What I hope now is, because I wanted Beckham, instead of Beckham and Gary Neville and Scholes buying Salford, they should have got involved and bought Man United. And we might have even had a better club. I don't know.
I don't think that. Thanks for your call. I don't think they've got that much money, Barry, but I would love to see that as well. Let's speak to Charlie just quickly. This could be an interesting call. Charlie's a Newcastle fan. Hi, Charlie.
Charlie, boys, how we doing?
Hi, Charlie.
Good. It says in front of me, because when you phone up, you're asked by whoever picks the phone up what you're going to talk about. It says that you're a little bit gutted that you think the NFL and the franchising would have worked.
Yeah, it when I saw the news on Sunday night. I was with a couple of mates and they didn't really take it on board as much as I did, really, to be fair. But I thought it was quite an interesting concept, at least. I didn't think it'd take off for years and go on for years, but I thought at least it'd be something that could go on for a few years and make people, make a little bit of change.
What, franchising?
How does it work then?
Hold on, sorry.
Yeah.
What, franchising, Charlie?
Yeah.
You're a Newcastle fan, yeah?
Yeah.
So someone could buy Newcastle, close that franchise down and open them up somewhere else down south?
No, not so much the franchising, but just the movement of the big leagues. I'm a big NFL fan, so I like the way that similar, unlike whatever his name is, who we've just had on. He's not a massive fan of not having promotion and relegation. I love the fact that I thought he could have legs. I thought there could be a salary cap involved in there with a draft.
Yeah, Charlie, you're a Newcastle fan, right?
I don't want that.
That gives you virtually no chance of getting into that. The 15. So there's only going to be about 5 other clubs from around Europe. They're the only. It's the only chance you've got to get into.
It won't be Newcastle.
And that means your club virtually has no chance. Whereas now you do.
And that means your club dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean the club dies.
Oh, it does, Charlie.
No, absolutely it doesn't.
No, it does. Shall I tell you why it dies? Because the Premier League, that's worth millions, maybe billions around the world as a commodity, that all that money goes because no one wants to watch that Premier League. They all want to watch this new European Super League.
And the Premier League gets diluted because they're playing their under-23s.
Not exactly, because the Premier League that was there 15, 20 years ago when I was just a little boy will still be there. Granted, it won't be.
No, because that Premier League you watched as a kid had the biggest teams in it.
Yeah, but they don't have to be there for the Premier League to still be.
No, they do. Because ask yourself, Charlie, why the Championship isn't worth as much and why League One isn't worth as much as the Championship.
Not many people watch them on telly.
That doesn't really matter. It's still there and it's still working.
No, it's not working, Charlie.
That generates the money. The TV generates the money because of the big clubs. So if the big clubs aren't in that competition, you don't get as much revenue. That's why the Spanish clubs and the Italian clubs wanted the Premier League clubs to be in that breakaway league because they're jealous of the money that the Premier League generates.
I get where both you guys come from. And listen, I've been listening all night, and I weren't late, so we've been listening in the car all the way on for the past few nights. And I get where everyone's saying. I just think maybe for a year or so, maybe 2 years, see what would have happened and see where it could have gone.
Charlie, it's the most historic night in a lot of people's lives that are listening, and you've just come on and poo-pooed it on the radio.
I don't want to poo-poo it.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Charlie.
No,
you know what you've done?
absolutely not,
You've come in, right?
No.
Like the kids are having a party, and Charlie, mum and dad have come in and just gone, what's everyone celebrating? Everybody home. That's what you've done, Charlie.
No, absolutely not.
You have-
Listen, you've been asking people to come on and say their points of view, and I've come on and said mine.
You're wrong.
Have you got
Tonight
anybody?
you're wrong, Charlie.
Have you got
No,
anybody who
that's the
agrees
whole
with
point.
you?
That's the whole point.
Yeah, but
it's my opinion on the piece.
No, I don't want it, Charlie. You've ruined my night.
No.
Chaz,
You can't do that.
Chaz, have you got anybody who agrees with you?
Of course
have you
not.
got anybody you've gone?
Listen.
Do you know what? Over a pint, I'll tell you what. I could see this got legs. This idea.
No, you know what? And that's the thing. But not many people are like are NFL fans in the UK. Not many people have been sat there watching it since I was a little boy. I've watched NFL since I was a kid. So I've enjoyed the concept and I like the way that it works over there. Almost as much as I like the Premier League, and I think that works.
Yeah, but
Okay?
Charlie, in the NFL, you know full well if it doesn't work in a city, right? The owners of that club just go, "We're off. We're going to go and build a stadium in another city. See you later."
Yeah.
Well, how does that work in like football clubs?
But it wouldn't necessarily work like that. It took a long time for that to happen over in the NFL. It took 40, 50 years for it to happen.
Charlie.
He's brave, by the way.
Charlie.
Go ahead.
Good night.